welcome to Feline Jungle. My name is Fiona, and if you're new to this channel is everything plant related. If you're passionate about plants or cats, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get my videos weekly. The first step to being a good plant parent is knowing how to water your plants. A lot of plant parents struggle with this and end up killing them. In this video, I'm going to give you easy tips on how to water your plant babies. To start off, you need to know when your plant needs to be watered. A good sign that your plant needs to be watered is when the top 1 inch of soil is dry. You don't want to water your plants when your soil is still wet because this will lead to overwatering. And when it's overwatered, it will lead to root rot. Not to mention, wet soil also leads to a perfect breeding ground for fungus gnats. Here are 2 methods on how you can check up on your soil. Method number 1 is to use your finger. Stick your finger into the soil and just feel whether or not your soil is wet or dry. The second method is called the chopstick method. This is for anyone who doesn't have sensitive fingers. All you have to do is use a chopstick and stick it in soil and pull it out to see what you find. If you find that there's a lot of soil on it, that means it's still damp and you can wait a couple days before watering it. If you pull it out and there's just a little bit of soil on it, not a lot, that means you can wait a day or 2 before watering. If you pull it out and there's absolutely no soil on it, that means it's time to water your plants. Your plant will also give you signs when it needs to be watered. For example, some plants will curl up, some will have brown tips, some will look very limp and kind of soft. Those are signs that your plant needs to be watered. Once you've identified that your plant needs to be watered, it's time to water your plants. And the first tip I'm going to give you, I can't stress enough, is that your pot should have a drainage hole. It's so important for your pot to have a drainage hole because when you water it, it will allow the excess water to drain out. Versus if you don't have a drainage hole, all that excess water is just going to sit on the bottom of the pot and it will lead to root rot. It's also important on how you water your plants. You don't want to just dump water onto your plant. That's really bad. What you want to do is slowly pour the water into the plant so the soil can be evenly saturated. What I like to do is use a watering can with a very narrow opening so that I can slowly just pour the water in. Understand your climate. In the summer, the temperatures are a lot higher, so your soil dries out a lot quicker, leading to you having to water a lot more. Versus in the winter, when the temperatures are a lot lower, it takes a lot longer for your soil to dry out, so you have to water your plants less. I learned this the hard way, and I was watering my plants the exact same way I was in the summer when I was in the winter, and that led to a lot of root rot in my plants. Do your research and understand your plant. Some plant needs more water versus some plant needs less water. A basic rule is that if the plant has more succulent and thicker leaves, much like the Hoya or snake plant, they will need a lot less watering versus plants that have thinner leaves like the Calathea and the Fittonia. It's hard to get the right amount of water for plants. Sometimes I wish they can just talk to us and tell us exactly what they need. If there's one thing you can take away from this video, is that it's better to underwater versus if you overwater. If it's overwatered, it will lead to a mushy stem, rotten roots, and a bad smell. And if the core of the plant is rotten, there's basically no saving the plant. You can try to cut a healthy piece of it and try saving it then. And if the roots are rotting, not to mention it will lead to pest problems. And if you're interested in pest control, you can check out my pest control video. If your plants are underwatered, all you have to do is water it a little bit more and it'll plump up. It won't lead to your plants dying, which is why I think underwatering is a lot better than overwatering. To prevent overwatering, you can add drainage to your plant. When you overwater, you're basically drowning your plant in water and your roots need to breathe. So you can add perlite or other additives into your soil in order to add more of that drainage that your plant needs. Other solutions is to convert your plants into hydroponics or semi-hydroponics. The benefits of hydroponics and semi-hydroponics is having a consistent watering schedule. If you're interested in this, you can check out my video on the introductions to hydroponics and semi-hydroponics. To summarize this video, you need to understand when your plant needs to be watered by checking the soil or checking obvious signs from your plant. It's always better to underwater your plant compared to overwatering because when you overwater, it will lead to root rot, which is very hard to save. The key is drainage. You can improve drainage by adding a drainage hole or getting a chunkier soil mix. If soil is not for you, then you can try alternatives like semi-hydroponics and hydroponics. The most important tip I can give you in this video is to understand if you're a overwaterer or a underwaterer. If you tend to overwater your plants, then you should get plants with thinner leaves that are more thirsty and need more water. If you're an underwaterer, you should get plants with more succulent leaves that can tolerate drought conditions. I hope this video helps any plant parent out there that is struggling to water their plants. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye!